welcome back to our channel. So I know that so many of our subscribers are here because of Disney related things. So you guys are gonna be the ones watching this and the ones who are like, yay, because you share that love with me. I'm so excited to finally be able to announce our upcoming Disney trips, woo! So the people who watch my Plan With Me videos already kind of know some of them because I planned it. And I was like, you guys get a sneak peek because it's just a small portion of our audience from on here. So I actually have more than one trip coming up, which is amazing. So last year, obviously couldn't go to Disney because I was pregnant and had a newborn and was building a new house. And so, so all that was happening. But this year, there's no holding back. So the first trip I started planning was a dream of mine with my best friend who is in love with Disney just the way I am. We've always had this dream of getting to go together on an adult trip because I've always told her how much fun these adult trips are. I love going with my kids. Obviously, you guys have seen the videos. It is just amazing, but like I also love to go just with myself and like Hale, like the trip we took the year before and how I went for all the time basically before I had kids. Like I love it both ways. Disney is so fun whether you have kids or not. She and I have just daydreamed about that for forever. So this year, there is a reason that kind of encouraged us to go ahead and go. A justification, if you will, which I will get to that justification in a little bit. But because it was a dream of ours that we've talked about for several years now, and we had this other justification where we could be like, it's totally cool to go because blah, 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 this thing. We decided to go. Like we talked it over with our husbands and our families and they were like, go for it. So basically it's like Mother's Day, birthday, Christmas gift combined and we are going. I'm so excited. And we're gonna go in fall. We're going in October because she's never been during fall and we both love that time of year. And I was telling her how that's one of my favorite times to go to Disney World. It was my absolute favorite, but now that it's so crowded, I don't know if it's my top favorite anymore, but I still love it so much. So yes, we are going to our trip there. We will be staying at the Beach Club Resort. We splurged and got like the water view room and I'm so excited. It'll be the first time I'm kind of away from the baby for more than just like a day. Like I've been away from her when I took a trip to Austin for a social media thing with planner stuff and that was it and it was like such a quick trip. This will be the first time she'll be over a year. It'll just be better for her. I'll be able to travel, so I'm really excited because I think it'll be a nice break for me and for her. She works really hard and so yeah, we're excited. We're so excited. So that's the trip. I mean, can you guys imagine if your best friend like loved Disney as much as you and you got to go on a trip together? I mean, oh my gosh. So yeah, her and I have been planning this trip. We booked it a long time ago. Earlier this year. I can't even remember when we booked it. I mean, we booked it in like, I don't know, February, March, something like that. We booked it a long time ago. It's been booked for a while. And we have all of our dining plans are set and everything is good to go. And I'll give more details about the trip later. So the next trip we started planning was our family trip. So we weren't sure we were gonna take a family trip because we just bought this house and there's a lot of things we want to spend the money on. But after we kind of crunched the numbers and looked at the budget, we decided that yeah, we could go. We didn't want to go. We wanted to fit within the certain parameters of spending costs and I was able to make that happen thanks to going during the free dining plan deal. And then also we are going to, this is so crazy, I swore I would never do this, but we're gonna drive the way there. We're flying home, but we're gonna drive the way there. And the reason why is because this trip will be at the very end of November, beginning of December, and the flights to fly there, it kind of coincides with the very end of Thanksgiving. And so the flight tickets were ridiculous. Like it cost more to just the flight there for all 5 of us would cost more than normally our round trip flights for all 5 of us would cost by a lot for just the one way. So we were like, it totally messed up our budget. So we were like, well, we can't go if the flights are that expensive. That's crazy. But then the return flights are a great price. So we crunched the numbers and we figured out that if we rent a car, so we don't put the miles on our own car, our own vehicle, because we didn't really want to do that. Renting the cost of renting the car, the cost of gas, the cost of the hotel, and the cost of food, we still came out spending about $1,200 less than we would on the tickets alone just to get there. So we can like, we'll save $1,200, around $1,200 give or take, even with all the other expenses by not flying. And then the trip back, the flight prices were fantastic because it's kind of like a dead time of year. So we were able to work it out in the budget, and we can go and it's still okay, like it fits. Plus all the, you know, I don't make a lot of money doing YouTube and things like that, but I make a little, and that helps pay for like the fun stuff, is what we always say. It's our cushion, basically. So that helps as well. So I'm so excited because even though I'm ecstatic about my trip with my best friend, like ecstatic, like I don't think I can put into words how excited I am for this trip. As I was planning it with her, I kept having like feeling kind of sad that I wasn't also planning a family trip. Like I just had this like pang of like, and so I'm really, I mean, I can't believe it, I get to do both. So I'm really, really excited. And so next, the last trip. Now this last trip was a total whim. And you remember that like justification I was talking about with when I was telling you about the best friend trip? It was completely because of that justification that we are planning this like really last minute trip. And this trip we are taking, it's going to be in August, and it's gonna be hot, crazy hot, which I also was like, I'm never going to Disney World again in the heat, but I am. But in this kind of heat. But we're doing it. It's just gonna be myself, my mother, and the baby, because the baby is not going on our family trip. She is going to stay with grandma. And so that way we can focus on the big kids and all of that jazz. I prefer to take the little ones when they're closer to 3 or about 3 is I think the ideal age to start going. However, that being said, I've always told people that if my option was to go to Disney with the baby or not go to Disney, I would go with the baby in a heartbeat and I would have a good time. So now I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is and like prove that that's true. And so I get asked so many times about advice about going with a baby, if I think you should go with the baby, is it worth it? And I'm always answer what I feel and like how I feel just personally, but not from like exact knowledge. So this trip that I'm going on, it is literally going to be to be able to share what it's really like to go to Disney with a baby, and not like a toddler, not a baby that is over a year, you know, that's like 13 months even. I know they're still really a baby at that point, but technically they're a toddler. I'm going with Elizabeth. We made sure we booked the trip before she turns 1 year old. So on purpose, because that's the whole point, is that we're gonna go. So it's going to be a short trip. I'm not going to ride every ride. I am planning this trip knowing that I am bringing a tiny baby who has needs, and expectations are gonna be different. My expectations are gonna be different, and it's really not a big deal if I miss out on a few things because I'll get to do it again. And plus, that's the point. When you go with a baby, you have to make adjustments, and you can either be like negative Nancy about that, or you can be like positive and be like, well, what can we do? What will be fun to do? And yes, some people are like, oh, when they're little, they don't remember it. But I always tell people, you do. Like, you'll remember it. You'll remember going and seeing your like little baby smile or dance to music. You'll remember. It's just like my second youngest, she's 4 now. The first time she went, she was 2, almost 3, but still technically 2. And she's not gonna remember how she lit up when she saw the Disney princesses, but I will never forget it. That is a memory that is so precious to me. And it's okay that she doesn't remember it, because it was almost more for me, like as her mother, to have that memory and that moment. And that is what I feel like with the baby too. It's like, if you are willing to go, or if you have other kids and you're debating about going because of the baby, there's nothing wrong with choosing to wait. Like I said, we often wait, or we'll leave the little one home with grandma and grandpa, so I can't say that I wouldn't do that because I have. But I also don't think that should stop. If you really want to go, don't let that stop you. It's kind of my, I guess, opinion. So yeah, I'm super excited. My mom's getting to go too. My mom has not been to Disney World in a while, and my parents are part of why I have such a love of Disney. It's because, you know, we went many times when I was growing up, and Disney is just really special to all of us, my entire family, even my sister, like, I mean, cannot be more in love with Disney. Like, we just love Disney, and my husband's family loves Disney, and we're just Disney loving bunch of folk right here. So that's what's happening, y'all. So we've got the baby Disney trip. This is how I've been referring to them in my mind. Baby Disney trip, best friend Disney trip, and family Disney trip. And those are our Disney trips. Like, you know, like I forgot, like, I mean, I said with the time of year we're going with the family trip. But yeah, that's gonna be for the Christmas stuff. So I already have the Christmas party tickets. We already have our Halloween party tickets for the other one. And the year before, I got to do both parties, and I'm telling y'all, that's the way to go. So now let's talk briefly about the justification, although I want there to be an entire video about that. So, again, I'm just assuming that most of the people who are watching this are my Disney people, because to this day, I have a ton of Disney planning content, and they're from years ago. And I think that, you know, I started uploading Disney planning specific, not just videos that show like my personal packing where I threw in a few tips, or like our trip vlogs, which obviously those are there too. But I'm talking like actual videos dedicated to Magical Express, or dining reservations. And I even have like this Disney Planning 101 video. It's very old. It's from back before there was even Magic Bands 2.0. Like, it's an old video, but it is seriously one of our most popular videos, and I get questions on it all the time still, and it's outdated. I need to do another one. I should have done another one like 3 years ago. And so, like our Disney videos every single month are some of our most viewed videos, even our really old ones. And it's just something I really have enjoyed for a long time. So I think it was literally, oh my gosh, it was so long ago, 4 years, 5 years, I don't know. So, I mean, it's been about 5 years, I think. I had this idea about starting a Disney specific channel because I wanted to, I thought it would be neat because that was such a big part of our channel, but our channel is also about other things as well, to kind of separate the two, but I didn't. And then I started doing all these videos, and they were really popular, and I had fun doing them, and I liked talking and you know, conversing with people. And then eventually I actually joined a Disney like collab channel, which was really fun, but I think people had different levels of commitment to it. And so sometimes when, you know, it was hard to kind of keep the channel going, and so we decided not to. So it was decided, like, we kind of like let it go. And so because I was part of that channel, that put off that dream I had of a Disney channel. I put that on the back burner to be a part of that channel. And then I just kept thinking, well, it's fine to keep it on our content. And then we went through a thing where we decided to cut back on the videos, and we started a second channel that was just about our daily vlogs, blah, blah, blah. We just did all these things, but the whole time I kept thinking, like, this other idea I'd had for a Disney channel was a really good idea. It's funny too, I actually have notes saved, and they're like time dated on the computer too, like timestamp, where in one of our little meetings that I'd had with the group, the Disney collab group I was with, the girls were so flippin' sweet. Like, I really liked the girls that were part of it. I had actually mentioned the idea I had, and they liked it, but it was kind of like one of those things where they're like, that's really cool, and it wasn't because they were being negative. I think it wasn't the right idea for that channel. So they liked the idea, it just wasn't the right idea. And I actually wrote in the notes, I wrote, not right for this channel, but this is a really good idea. And I like bolded good, to give myself encouragement to not forget about this idea. And the idea I had was for a Disney news channel, a channel that was more Disney news related. Well, fast forward, and now about a year, 2 years ago, I started seeing people do Disney news channels, and I was like, you know, this is happening. These people are having the same good idea that I have. Like, a lot of us have this idea, and it's amazing, and I love it. And I just kept watching, and then I decided about 2 years ago, I was like, I need to do this. I need to do it if I want to do it. And then I got unexpectedly pregnant, and we had all these things going on, and so I kind of put it off on the back burner again. And then last year, finally last year, we actually settled on a name for it. We bought the domain rights and copyrighted everything we needed to do. We did all of these things last year, and then it's just been sitting, waiting. And so at the beginning of this year, I finally got on board, like got on track, and I was like organizing the channel, and you know, I actually animated the logo. I was gonna hire somebody to do it. I felt like they didn't do a very good job, or they couldn't meet my expectations, so I did it myself. For those of you who don't know, I am a film major, a digital media major, so I can do a lot of this stuff. It's just time consuming. And so I did things myself. I was really proud of it, and then again, did all this stuff, and then it just set. My goal had been to actually launch the channel in like March. So yeah, so basically I say Disney news, but it's gonna be more than that. And one of the things that kind of like, when I started to see that other people were doing this idea I had, I knew I needed to do something a little bit different to make it more special, to make it more me. And then around the same time, I had two different people in my life who made a comment. One was my dad, and one was my brother-in-law. And both of them independently said about the same thing, which was along the lines of like, you know, thank gosh that you are up to date on all these things that are happening with Disney so you can just give me the cliff notes. And one of them actually said like the term cliff notes of like all things happening in the world of Disney. And in my head I was like, that's it, that's the idea, that's what I'm gonna do. It's going to be, instead of these like 15-20 minute long Disney updates, which I love because like I'm obsessed and I love hearing everything about all that's happening. Well, there's some people like my dad, he loves Disney. Or Kyle, my husband, he is like obsessed with hearing about it. He loves to hear about it. And my brother-in-law Chris, he worked at Disney. He was a Disney cast member. He did the college program. He loves it. But they don't want to sit around all day and like watch these 20-minute videos or longer, or have to watch several, or have to read like 23 articles to get all the scoop. They were like, just give me the rough, give me the lowdown, give me the brief synopsis of what's going on in the world of Disney. And I was like, there it is, that's what it's gonna be. So that's how it solidified my idea. So our channel name, our new channel name, which is not launched yet, but it will be soon, it's going to be called Just a Magic Minute. I already used the tag in my Instagram. It's really fun because you can also call it Jam, J-A-M-M, and so we've been calling it Jam. That's what I refer to it as. If you've watched my Plan With Me videos, you've seen for a while now. This has happened even in the spring. Many months ago, you would see me sometimes write down work on Jam, or I actually got earlier in the year, right after Christmas, or right before Christmas, I guess, technically, I actually ordered customized Jam stickers, and it's super exciting. So this has been a long time in the works. It's not ready yet, or not ready to launch yet, but it's going to be, the idea is that it's going to be all things Disney and beyond, because we're going to cover other parks and things like that. I want it to be primarily Disney, but not Disney exclusive. So everything in the world of Disney and beyond in just about a minute. And that's kind of the tagline, basically. A little different, but it's basically, there it is. It's your weekly dash of Disney in a flash, to be cutesy about it. And it is, it's going to be just, you know, anywhere from 60 to 120 seconds. Like, we're gonna try to keep it not very long, 2 to 3 minutes tops. And it's gonna just literally be like, hey, here's what's going on. And then if you are interested in more, you want to know more details, then you can choose to go read more, because I'll make sure to include references and links to more information, or other people maybe if they covered something more in depth. But if you're like my brother-in-law, or you're like my husband, and you really do care, you like to hear it, you can be like, you can just listen and be like, oh cool, that's happening, awesome, which is what they want. And there's a lot of people like that. And then in addition, because I have all this amazing Disney content on my own channel that it's really precious to me, and like I said, a lot of it's like 5 years old. It's like really old. Well, I need to do updates on all of that, and those videos I think will be more suited for the new channel. So in addition, on Just a Magic Minute, we're gonna start off with once a week, a weekly recap of everything that's been happening, but quickly, just kind of like here's the lowdown. And then in addition though, we'll start to have other series on there, and those might be a little longer because they're gonna be, you know, more like pick and choose if you want to watch that or not. And that's going to be things like an updated Disney Planning 101, which is something, one of our, you know, big planning, popular Disney videos that we have on our channel from, like, again, it's 5-6 years old. It needs to be updated. And I want to update we have a series called All About, and it's like I said, it's all about, you know, Magical Express, all about dining reservations. You know, I want to update those as well, and those would be on the main channel. And so to get to the justification part of our trips is that the baby video is literally, I'm going to film the Disney vlogs will still be on our main channel, this channel, because they're vlogs, and the other channel's not for vlogs. But what I will have on the other channel is one of the featured videos, so not the main video, but one of the featured videos is going to be what it's really like to bring a baby to Disney World. And I'd like it to be fun and entertaining, but also like real. And so that'll be like, you know, there'll be that like the baby video. And then I'd like to do that with like what it's really like to bring a toddler, what it's really like to bring a preschooler, what it's really like to bring, you know, an elementary student. You know what I mean? I thought that would be a really cool series. And so basically like my normal daily vlog type Disney videos that I love so much, those will be on the main channel. But from that, I will make one specific video for the Disney Channel. And then in addition, like I said, they'll be updated all the other things as well. Yay! There we go, you guys. So if you stuck around for over 20 minutes to listen to all that, there is our trip announcement videos and my special announcement about the channel. Now, when's it gonna launch? I don't know. We've moved the launch date back 3 times. And part of it is because I don't want to rush it. But at the same time, in the world of YouTube, sometimes it's better just to start, because if you don't, you just never get around to it. But I even have like, we have like a filming section set up that's different from where I'll film like vlogs for our main channel. And also I might not be the one who always hosts on Just a Magic Minute. Sometimes it might be other people. It could be Kyle, it could be other Disney people. But yeah, the justification for the trips is all about going, as part of it's going to be a business thing. I need to go and film a bunch of B-roll. I need to get a ton of photos to use for a backlog for Instagram, because obviously Just a Magic Minute has an Instagram and has a Twitter. It's gonna have a Facebook, etc. The channel has no content right now, but if you want to go ahead and subscribe in advance, you can. I'll put it down below. It'd be amazing if you did. But I will announce it again when it actually launches, which will hopefully be sooner than later. I just want to get a bunch of, like I said, a bunch of little snippets and things like that. I'm also making an entire video list of types of videos I'd like to maybe try to film on there. So this is a good time to tell you, if you have any questions or ideas about topics or things we should cover, please share down below. If you're just excited that we're going, just be excited for me, just like I get excited when y'all are going too. I get so excited, especially when people I watch a lot or people who comment a lot that I feel like I kind of know. You guys know who you are. You're just people who comment more often, and you feel like, you know, that's like your person. I feel like more like you are my person. So like when you guys go, I'm always like, yee, get like super excited. It's like, when are y'all going? Is anybody gonna be there when I'm there? That would be really great. That would be amazing. So we're going the first part of August, like August 2nd to August 6th, and then we're gonna go again mid-October, and then again the very end of November, beginning of December. So it'd be really cool if any of y'all are there to see you guys. That would be awesome. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this super long video. I'm excited to finally share it with you. I have been meaning to do the video about the new channel for a while, but for some reason I was having some kind of anxiety and like nerves about it. And then I thought to myself, I was like, just sit down, just film it, just talk to them like you always do. Like, that's my thing, is I don't always like to script stuff out. I just want to tell you guys about it. And Kyle was like, just tell them, why are you nervous? This is just, you know, and I think it's just because it is kind of a dream of mine. And we had decided we made a choice around the holidays last year to cut back on this channel, and to cut back on our day in the life videos, and to cut back, to bring it down a little bit. That's also part of why we adjusted our name a little bit, to make it a little bit more broad and not so specific to us personally. And we did a bunch of those things. And then it's so funny because we did all of that intending to kind of, to just step back a little from this channel, but not drop it. You know what I mean? Just step back a little. We did all that, and then in the last like 3 weeks, we've grown like 6,000 subscribers. And I was like, of course, like we cut back and like people are like, oh hey, and I was like, where do y'all come from? This is amazing. But I know for a fact some of these people are coming from some of our old Disney videos, so hopefully you new subscribers are watching. And then to my old Disney loving subscribers, yes, right y'all, this is happening. This is happening. I'm so excited. So nervous to talk about it. Glad I did now. I'm glad it's out there. This will help me get started too, because like I said, the nerves have been affecting me. I don't usually get nervous about stuff like this. I usually just get like happy anxiety. Like I'm anxious, but I'm like happy, like it's like excitement. But for this, I'm like genuinely a little nervous. And I think it's just because it's important to me. So yeah, if you want to go subscribe right now, well, there's nothing there but like some like title art. There's not a trailer or anything yet. Please do, and I will definitely start sharing more on social media about the trips. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, specifically Instagram, because I use that the most, but Twitter and Facebook as well. Facebook I use probably, like, it gets used a lot too, but Instagram's kind of where I go, because on our trips we will definitely be posting pictures, and I'll probably do a bunch of live Instagram videos. I do live YouTube ones sometimes, but I really like the Instagram. For some reason it just feels easier. So please go find us there. We're just Go Team Fam on Instagram. And there's also Just a Magic Minute on Instagram if you want to go ahead and follow that one, even though it's new. And obviously on Twitter as well, and Facebook. So yeah, there we go. Okay guys, thank you for watching this super long video. Hopefully you just turned it on and listened to it in the background while you did something else. That's what I do. And I look forward to like the comment conversation we can all have down below. Like, that'll be awesome. All right guys, I will talk to everyone next time. Bye.